All right, all praise to the Most High, man. So, in the spirit of this live, the title, the subject matter, etc., we going straight in. No, I ain't using no OBS, man. Like, OBS is old. I used OBS 5 years ago. I don't believe in OBS for real. To be honest with you, yeah,
It's gorilla time.
it's it's most definitely gorilla time. Yeah, I got something I got to get off my chest. As far as this situation goes with finesse two times now, I'm gonna really analyze as much of the clip and the interaction as I possibly can before, of course, I make my judgments. I've only seen a small portion that's kind of been going viral. Different people sent it to me, said something to me about it. Somebody as myself, um, somebody who's very outspoken with this polygyny thing. Um, people definitely wanted to know my opinion on this. From what I saw off top, I'm gonna let y'all know I wasn't feeling what I saw. Again, scriptures do say, answer not before you heard the whole matter. Of course, we live our life governed by the Bible. So we're gonna hear the whole matter first. But I'm gonna just be honest with you, it's not looking good for Mr. Two of them. It's not looking good. Um, so I have some familiarity with the individual, of course, not on a personal level, but while he was in jail, my bros, I got very close brothers from Memphis, close to me. While he was locked up, man, they was playing this dude finesse. I said, man, this nigga hard, man. It's the hardest thing I heard from Memphis. And I'm somebody who has always been deeply entrenched with the Memphis music scene. I grew up on 3 6 Mafia, huge 3 6 Mafia fan. I'm talking about I watched Choices, the first one. I could rap for you damn near the whole album. Choices, the soundtrack to that album. I'm talking about before the Academy Award, before a lot of people really started embracing 3 6 the way everybody does. I was definitely off into that, man. Lord Infamous. You see what I'm saying? One of my favorite rappers all time. I ain't talking about Paul or Juicy. I'm talking about Lord Infamous. Really off into this Memphis stuff, right? Cool. So understanding that, you know, so this they put me on this dude finesse. He get out of jail, boom, he start coming, with some good music or whatever. Then all of a sudden he pop out. He got 3 girls. I love that. He had 2 girls pregnant at once around the same time I did. I love that. Anybody representing for the very righteous institution of polygyny, of plural marriage, of a man loving, holding down, providing, directing, protecting multiple women. I'm for that all day long, right? Everybody know that. So I salute the man. But now I'm seeing stuff like this, and I understand that he comes from, to one degree or another, the game, we'll call it, right? The game. Now that's something I never participated in, but I know many people close to me who definitely have. Maybe y'all have heard of, Andre Gorgeous Dre Taylor. Maybe people have heard of him. I don't know. I don't know really who did it bigger than him. Very close brother of mine. As well as other people. So definitely grew up around it, but I never saw myself as a participant in it. Man, I'm a player, and this wasn't player by no stretch of the imagination. Not just any kind of player, a boss player. Look at the definition of a boss player up when you get a chance. Anyway, um, so but there was nothing P about what I saw so far. So I'm going to again give it a chance. We're gonna take a look at it, but there's nothing P about it. Was nothing relatively P about what I saw in this clip going viral, shade room, no jumper, etc. Nothing. Right? So, what I'm saying? But most importantly, my P is for prophet, priest, and yeah, I'm saying I'm a player too. I ain't gonna cap to you, but they don't come before being a priest and a prophet. By no stretch. So let me go here, right? Boom, boom, boom. Okay, yeah, I left a comment on this. Guy got some pretty good traction. I got what? 340 something likes. Let me go here. Right. Yeah, boom. So look, I said when stunting for the camera goes wrong, this wasn't P. Right? So this fool says you couldn't pull it off. Bro, I've been having wives. What are we talking about? Check my no jumper interview. I've been doing this. Now look at this dude. 2 wives that you paid for, my boy. What you think Finesse did? Huh? What is paying for? Provide being a man? That's the shit that be confused me. But you just told me I couldn't pull it off. Right? So I'm highly confused. These little no picture having niggas is silly on Instagram and all other social media. But you know, when stunting for the camera go wrong. That's what this was. So this is what I've seen so far. I've got a good portion of the live now on YouTube, which we're going to review. Right, but let's just take a look at this first.
Yes, it started here, it's gonna end here. Now what?
Well, that's not what you were saying in general.
This was gonna be my anyway.
Okay,
so
but that's
now
not how you was picturing saying it.
Whatever you talking about, I don't give a fuck what you talking about.
Okay, you don't have to care, but that's not what you was saying in general before all this came back.
I said what I said, and you know how I feel about her. So now what?
Do you really want to say what was going on when
you can say whatever the fuck you want to say. However I dressed it up, she heard.
Okay.
However I dressed it up to soothe your heart.
You didn't soothe my heart.
Well, what I do?
I soothed your heart.
Oh, look at him. I want you to take a look at him right now when she said that. You didn't soothe my heart. I soothed your heart. Do you see how he looked at that camera? She just stuck it in him subtle. Now, what's happening right now is called pride. It's called ego. That's what happened, you know. And I want to say this right now, man. Rest in peace to the late, great, Sinful to P, Philip Brandon Gilmore. Because I got to do this because Sinful's not here. That's why I have to do this. I got to do this because Sinful is not here. And we're going to call this my first installment of Uncut Gems. Because I got some jewels to drop. I got jewels to drop, gems to drop. This wasn't how you handle that. You know, I got jewels to drop tonight. You see how he looking at that? Right? Shout out to y'all Quab in the chat. All praise to the Most High, man. You feel me? I got jewels to drop tonight, man, because this wasn't it. This wasn't P. It just wasn't P. Plain and simple. Look at him. Look at that camera. Superior Juice, I hate when these niggas make polygamy look bad. Me too. Me too. Right? Because and we let me not jump the gun. Let's just look, but she just hit him. I soothed your heart. Right? Now I'm gonna get into all let me just let it play. Let me not jump no guns.
So you did me a favor when I don't need you.
We don't, both of us don't need each other. True about.
So if you don't need me, why the fuck is you here?
Because I love you and I want us to be a family.
So you need me.
No, I don't need you.
So how the fuck you?
Do you really want to do this for life?
Yes. You don't need me and you love me.
You are you know how dumb you sound? How dumb do you gotta sound to say, well, how you don't need me and you love me? If you love me, then you need me, but you just said that you don't need her, so then you must not love her. Stupid. What are we talking about here? That look, but this nigga sitting there, he think he P right now. He thinks he's boss hogging right now in that kitchen. And he the one that's getting cooked. He cooking his goddamn self. This is ridiculous. That's why I was so enthralled. I said, man, I got to talk about this. I have to go live on this. I have to. I ain't had no choice. None. No choice. Right? Let's watch a little bit more of this. Too Real. And shout out to Too Real, an amazing black woman. She's like, she hit me. She been hit me about this. Like, man, we need you to go into this. Right? Drunken food and pills. Right? Okay, let's go.
Yes, I love you.
Okay, so how the fuck you don't
why
need
you
me
love
then?
somebody you don't need them?
Yes, the fuck you do.
No,
If you
you
love
don't.
a person and you want to be with them, then you need them.
Okay.
So what the fuck is you talking about?
Drunk on Live, man. You know, you're somebody right now. You have a name, you have notoriety, you have the clout, you have the money. You're fresh out of the federal penitentiary. A lot of things in life are going good for you right now. You cannot afford to be making a fool of yourself drunk and high on live with your women and having this negative reflection upon you as a man, your leadership, and your household. You can't afford this. This is childlike behavior, clown behavior that we're seeing the brother demonstrate. Clown behavior.
All right.
Nah, ain't no all right. You started, I'm in it.
I started. You asked the question, I gave you an answer.
Hey, you ain't exempt from this.
I'm listening.
No, I ain't no
To be
listening.
quiet.
I ain't no fucking listening. You gonna talk.
You told me to be quiet.
I said,
Now he mad that she being quiet. She in pocket. He mad that she in pocket. He's tripping. That's that powder. I ain't saying he's on powder, but that's a saying. He's probably on them pills, like sis said, right? You mad that she's in pocket.
hey, be quiet. All right, well, talk. You be quiet. You talk.
I don't have to go find no
Man,
fucking
shut
man.
the fuck up. You talk.
Hold on, man. I know I'm running my mouth. Quiet, muted. Jesus Christ. My fault. I was going crazy right now, too. Wow. Anyway. So he's postulating himself as some type of P, some type, setting girls on Bensonet. We know what Bensonet is. Same thing Figueroa is. Same thing Aurora is. Where the hoes walk, right? So you postulate yourself as some type of P, right? And your instructions aren't being followed. So you got this idiot on the comment board trying to salute him for telling his baby mom to shut up. And his baby mom immediately talked when he told her to shut up. That's a black eye to your instructions. Your instructions are not being followed, P. That's not P. None of this is P. All of this is drunk. Or P for pills, maybe. That would have got to be. This man has lost his mind, right? Let's keep going.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna get
You can, man, you ain't finna do shit that I ain't telling you to do. Now talk.
Overdoing it. You see him overdoing it, overcompensating. The little short man complex is projecting right now. He got that pressure on him. He under the lights. You see him sweating. The cameras on. He's on live. Now he's trying to go big. And the man once said, "Gorilla on a hoe." I grew up listening to Project Pat. I'm here to take the term gorilla back from these clowns. You don't get to get, because y'all don't even understand what a gorilla is. I'm Gorilla Hebrew. I'm putting the patent on gorilla. I got a lawsuit pending right now with Gorilla Glue. That's how serious I'm taking it. Right? Ain't nothing gorilla about this. You acting like a hyena. A hyena. Right? Let's go.
You want to make it seem like you hard.
Talk. I'm hard on whoever.
All right, watch out.
Like she said, you're trying to make it look like you hard on me. I'm hard on whoever. Meanwhile, you telling the other one, you know how I feel about her. Nigga, please.
Move.
Ooh, you see him? You see him? Let me drop a bomb. Now he's got physical. Yo, he just got physical. But I thought the game was a no contact sport. Ooh. Why you wait till the bitch check you to put your pee on? That's the question. He had to get physical. You see that? It's supposed to be a no contact sport. Your game, your instructions is supposed to be so cold, you ain't got to do what you just did. Drunk on live. Giving yourself a black eye, stupid. This ain't P. This ain't leadership. This is not to be applauded. Let me go. I'm pointing. Right? This is not to be applauded. By no stretch of the imagination. Like bro just said, he said that's how you turn your helpmate into your chief enemy. She goes from being the pillar of rest to being against you and having an advantage on you that no one else in the world does. You don't want that. That's not what you want, right? Right? This ain't it. By no stretch, this is not it. Let's look at it a little more. We're going to look at all of this, though, in full context in a minute.
You don't need me and you love me.
Okay, that was it on the clip. All right. So, Finesse 2 times poly issues with Sugar and BBJ, right? And again, I applaud the man, you know, for doing what he's doing, for coming out of prison, you know, setting the streets on fire, you know, for publicly, you know, showing his poly relationship and, you know, things like that. All that's good, man. I salute him for all that. But this right here, what we've seen so far, this ain't it. So let's go.
Hey, what's up? This is Homebase Blog Review. FINESSE2TYMES recently went live with his 2 girlfriends, Sugar and BBJ. They were having some poly relationship issues, and he chose to go on a 2.5-hour on and off live to discuss it. At first, the night started off great.
This rap shit don't work. I'ma go out like Fetty.
But then the baby started crying. This is a little bit later. This is probably about an hour into it.
Get in my business, no way.
Not in our business.
Bitch just in my business talking about what she gonna go off in the comment section. But like I said, I ain't gonna talk about that in front of my baby.
So this is, again, after he had been getting on them pretty bad about how they were acting, and he toned down a whole lot on this part of the live because the baby was in the room. Every now and then he would check the comments just to see what the people were talking about, but he really didn't comment on much of what anybody was saying in the comments. But he did also check the numbers as well. The fans were wilding out in the comments the whole time. It was a party. I'll just say that it was a party. You had to be there to see it. But yeah.
Thank you, buddy.
And just for general observation, I did notice that he was giving BBJ a little bit more like affectionate type attention on the live. Not sure if that was intentional or not. I'm sure it wasn't, but Sugar definitely felt a certain way about that detail.
Yeah, she just said that he was giving BBJ more affection than Sugar on the live, and Sugar felt some type of way about that. When you're in a situation where you're dealing with multiple women, the dumbest thing you can do is be intentionally more affectionate or attentive to one in front of the other. That's a way to create a wedge, division, jealousy, and insecurity. That is a surefire way to do that every damn time. Inexcusably silly. Now, there are certain people who deal in these situations and they know that and they do that on purpose, right? And that is an ultimate mind game. And you're really trying to destroy the women that you're involved with when you do that, right? You shouldn't be trying to destroy, just like a woman should not be trying to destroy her house. A man should not be trying to destroy his house either. He should be trying to build, to nurture, right? There's a beautiful song, an old reggae song. Arguably, it's probably my favorite reggae song, which is called Black Roses in My Garden, right? And the black roses in his garden are talking about black women. And, he talk about for your garden, for your roses to grow, you have to water them, right? This is essentially the opposite of watering, the feeding of nurturing the roses in your garden. When you are purposely manipulating and playing the mind games of, I'm going to make sure I go out of my way to show her more affection in front of her. You're purposely trying to hurt her. You're purposely trying to wound her in a in a way that is not conducive. Y'all can hear me, right? I'm good. Let me make sure I'm good. Right? Okay, I'm good. All praises. You can't be all that manipulation if this is a family, all that manipulation, that shit got to go out the window. We're not playing those type of mind games. That's not what we're doing. That's not cool. And if you are, you at least leave it separate. You don't pin one against the other, because you do potentially irreparable damage, and that's gonna hurt for the cohesion and functionality of your family unit. Stupid. And y'all are all cohabitating, so that's even worse of an idea. That gives even less time for those wounds to heal, because the bitches are in each other's face around the clock. That's stupidity, right? This is horrible decision making. But the man is clearly abusing alcohol and narcotics to a point where his inhibition is impaired, and his decision making is not effective. This is the way you govern and you preside over this situation, over these two beautiful daughters of God. That's not how you do it, bro.
Attention on the live.
So, like, I hate to see this nigga skin. A bad motherfucker.
That's like finding love and hip hop for this.
That's BBJ, by the way, the one that he's talking to. Sugar is tending to the baby at this moment.
No. No, you don't deserve it.
I'm gonna charge you for that.
What?
I'm gonna charge you for that.
I ain't gonna do shit.
I'm gonna hold you accountable for that.
Hey, Mom. She woke up crying.
That's Sugar with the baby. No, that's somebody else at the microwave. They never show who that person is, but there's somebody else in the room. Again, Finesse.
You wanna see the baby. It ain't time for that.
No.
It ain't time to see my baby right now.
He was definitely ready to start talking, so let's see what he had to say.
I just want both of y'all to know, right? Man, I ain't stupid. Everything a motherfucker think I don't know, I know.
He had done some accusations the first half of the live, and so he's gonna start into it a little bit more
So
here.
by you knowing,
Okay, so I need to understand. I need to understand what I need to understand what the motivation will be if you got some accusations, some legitimate suspicions that you have, or you feel like you know your girls did something out of pocket, out of bounds, something that they need correction, discipline, rebuke, whatever for. Why would you go on live and display that to the planet Earth? I need to understand that. In-house business need to stay right where it's at. That is a man, his wife, his wives, whatever they got going on is nobody's business. It's nobody's business. It's nobody's concern. Like Danae just said, intoxication plus live equals madness. A recipe for disaster. You don't put the business out there, man. There's something, I'm going to show y'all something in the Bible. Got to show y'all something in the Bible. I can't not show this, right? In the Bible. Watch this. I'm going to misspell it like that. Crazy, right? Look at this. A good man showeth forth favor and lendeth. He will guide his affairs with discretion. That's what a good man does. He guides his affairs with discretion. To give subtlety to the simple, to the young men knowledge and discretion. This is what the whole book of Proverbs is about, to give young men discretion. Discretion shall preserve thee, right? This brother lacks discretion, right? Look at this. The discretion of a man deferreth his anger, and it is a glory to pass over a transgression. You have to know and have discretion to where even when you're upset with something, you know how to deal with it appropriately because you have discretion. Let's look this word up. Let's look the word up. Right. This is a beautiful verse. Shout out to Isaiah, who reminded me of this verse. Prudence, insight, understanding, prudence, good sense, cunning. Right? Let's look up the word discretion. It's in the English dictionary real quick. The quality of behaving or speaking in such a way as to avoid causing offense or revealing private information. Or revealing private information. Jimmy, tell us in the chat. Shout out to Ivy Hunter in the chat. Oh my God, damn StreamYard, man. Oh my God. Again, the quality of behaving or speaking in such a way to avoid causing offense or revealing private information. You should not be on the internet revealing private information between you and your wives, your relationship, your family. That is contrary to, that is the opposite of wise. right? So you have to understand and look at yourself in the position that you're in. You have fame and notoriety from rapping. You're presiding over a considerable amount of money, I'm sure. You're presiding over women, children. It seems like you building up some team as far as your artists go. I see this F&G chain, F&G this, F&G that. Okay, cool. You have all that going on. You are in a position of leadership. So you cannot afford to not have discretion in this position. So all you're actually demonstrating in this clownery you partaking in is how unqualified you are to be in the position you are. You gotta pick yourself up, brother. Let's keep going. Damn, I gotta. Okay, hold on, y'all. 1 second. My bad. This StreamYard keep acting up. Boom, we in the game. He said, "You want to know the difference between one that's in pocket and one that ain't? Nothing. Ain't that something? Drop a bomb for that."
Man, I ain't stupid. Everything a motherfucker think I don't know, I know.
He had done some accusations the first half of the live, and so he's gonna start into it a little bit more.
So
here.
by you knowing, you don't see the generosity in it. Mm-hmm. So if I know some shit, some bullshit, and I'm still dealing with it, that means it's genuine. Mm-hmm. Cause why would the fuck I be dealing with something that don't benefit me?
That's a great question. He does mention his brand quite a bit.
If y'all in a situation where y'all ain't meaning nothing to each other, then our relationship don't mean nothing to each other, then it don't fucking benefit me.
He really wants all three of them to be in love.
So why would I be dealing with something that don't benefit?
See, that's a problem. If she said he just wants all three of them to be in love with each other, that's a problem right there. I don't know what type of freak ass shit y'all got going on, but that's a problem right there. You dealing, number one, we're talking about women here, right? We're talking about women. And when we talk about women, and there are a lot of women out there that have no problem being sexual with other women. They ain't got no problem with that. They may even enjoy it. Some may even prefer it, but most of these same women who enjoy getting sexual with other women don't see themselves in long-term relationships with other women. Right? That's just something they do. So I'm sure you got them in the bedroom, freaking off and doing stuff like that. But when we talk about long-term, when we're talking about family planning, when we talk about these women growing into, grown-ass women, their mentality going and them getting off into their 30s and, all of this, and they really, really start leaning into motherhood and things of that nature. You think all they want to be thinking about is bumping, like just doing things ultimately for your, yes, not that it might not be pleasurable for them, it may be, but ultimately it's just for your gratification, and you're trying to force emotions for them to have emotions towards each other that they're not even wired to have towards other women. They have it towards you, and they're doing things for you out of love for you. And sure, not that it's not fun for them, and this isn't a cosign of that behavior or that activity at all, because of course I'm against, any form of same-sex relations. But I know people, I know women, I know what's going on, right? in the world at this present time, at this present and evil time, at this present and evil world, right? They bumping twice. And so that may be cool, but like to think that they're finna be in love with each other, no. They could love each other and they should love each other in the most ideal situation, but you're trying to force something that is going to sabotage your family and your situation, right? Man, man, listen, my brother Jimmy come with all bombs tonight. Sometimes you can tell when niggas was raised by women who ain't shit. Whew. My brother said a word. He said a word. He said a word for sure, right? I don't know what Finesse got going on, but none of this is it by any stretch of the imagination.
Benefit me, that means that I'm genuine, that I have generosity in the situation and I want it to be better.
He really takes polygamy seriously.
Well, he should take polygamy seriously. See, but what he should take seriously is polygyny, not so much polygamy, because that's an overarching general title. So let's show you polygyny. This is what he should be taking serious. Polygyny is a man, polygyny is polygamy in which a man has more than one wife. In zoology, a pattern of mating in which a male animal has more than one female mate. Simple. Polygamy can be anything, any group of plural relationship, right? Anything. Polygyny specifically is just a man with multiple women. And that's what we off into. That's what the world was built on. That's just how the world has always works, right? Since the beginning of time, men have had multiple women. It just is what it is. Get over it, right? But all this other freakism that he's talking about, well, it's unnatural, number one. And number two, it's a recipe for disaster when we're talking about emotions and long-term family planning. These situations almost always erode and self-destruct. When you're trying to involve too many and wrap all of those emotions into one, no, you are the man. You love her, you love her. On a romantic level, separately. On a familial level, it can be equal. It can be a oneness. But on a romantic level, it's separate. And essentially, these are two separate relationships. Just like if you have multiple kids, I got 5 kids. Each relationship I have with each kid is different, but I still love my kids. In the same way, you treat your wives. These are separate, unique relationships that are subjective to the nuances of each individual in our interactions, right? But you love, and then the family is all together. See how that works? It's not hard.
That's the part y'all ain't seeing. That's the part y'all looking over.
He wants them to love each other, like love each other, literally.
I can cook my own fucking food. I can make my own fucking bed up. I can jack off. I did it for years. I don't have to wake up with a woman. I don't need my towels and my socks and my drawers laid out. I can fucking do it myself.
And what you should do, because you got you a couple dollars, brother, is you should get separate homes for yourself, because you can do everything yourself. So what do you need to cohabitate with them for? Get one for yourself, get one for them, right? Looks like y'all are in a new build in the Houston area. I'm sure that there are a plethora of homes that are not far from the one in which you're currently residing in that are available that you can acquire. I would suggest you do that. I think that it would definitely help for the cohesion and the functionality and to ease the tension that's currently existing within your family, brother. That would be the wise thing to do.
Or pay somebody to do it. I'd rather be in love.
Some fans were questioning this, you know, with the fact that it's polygamy.
That's the point of motherfucker missing. I'd rather do this. I don't have to. I don't need it. But I'm forcing it though. Still.
The question in the comments was, why force something that doesn't seem to be working?
He just said it. He had just admitted he's forcing it. And this, not that you don't have to lean on people sometimes to get them to do things that they necessarily don't want to do. Hey, I need you to do this for me. Damn, I really don't want to do it. Hey, I need you to do this. So, you know, of course, in that thing, but we're talking about in total lifestyle, to force something on somebody is crazy. Now, again, this is somebody who professes pimping finesse, right? He talks that stuff on them records. So again, just like when I seen him with the physicality, and this is a no contact sport, it's supposed to be according to the rules of the game that I always heard. Again, I'm not a participant, but I certainly have spectated plenty. And I know that's not P. Using your hands on her. But then also, I thought everything was a choice. Shout out to Marelli in the chat. He's some representation that I've observed, you know, in my time and in his in times past, you know, he was involved and I've observed him. But not only is it a no contact sport, but everything is about a choice. It's a choice. The woman is empowered. This is the power. This is what we always tell a woman. Oh, I get with y'all, and you know, you got multiple wives and this and that, and you know, you the leader, you the head, and it's not equality and all that. See, but baby, you have power. And the most way you're empowered is you have a choice to choose to embark on this journey with me. That's your choice. I can't force you to do it. You have to choose to do it, right? So you trying to force the situation is contrary to game, because game says let her choose to do it. And when she chooses to do it, she can't do the same type of, she's not justified in the same type of activities when she cut up and she don't like something, because she made a conscious choice. She needs to be empowered and having the ability to make a conscious choice to decide this is what she wants to do. This is what she's going to dedicate her life to, right? Brother said, I hate to say it, but dude going to have a hard fall from grace. His insecurity is going to load up a case file all on his own. And you got to understand, in women, they can smell them insecurities, right? Like a bloodhound. Because insecurities are something that's what women have, right? Women have insecurities. So when they see you being insecure, they're identifying that as a feminine trait, as something contrary to manhood. Security is so masculine, and women love a man that is secure. Now, granted, that don't mean you ain't everybody isn't entitled to have their own insecurities, because as human beings, we're all subject to some type of insecurity. But when you are overly insecure, when it's clear, it's not like, damn, I don't like the way my toes look. Okay, that's light, right? Understandable. Not no big deal. Nobody's going to hold it against you. But when you are projecting this insecurity like this brother is, and that's the root of a lot of what's going on here, it's being identified as a feminine trait in the vast mental library of a woman. A woman got a cold mental library. She's got data She's got a hard drive of data in her mind, and she remembers all kind of little shit. She remembers that. And that case file gets to get built, and all of a sudden, in her mind, you then became a bitch-ass nigga. Because you done showed her so much bitch-ass shit, like insecurities. So now she can't look at you as nothing but a bitch-ass nigga. That respect gone. Finesse, you shooting yourself in the foot, bro. And you supposed to be too big to be in this position right now, bro. You supposed to be too big to be on live doing this dumbass shit, acting this way, but fuck the live. If you wasn't on live acting this way, you too big for that. This ain't it. I'm so disappointed. Let's go.
So for a motherfucker to think ill about me, which I'm past because y'all women, y'all got emotions, I expect for y'all to feel a way about me. I don't expect for y'all to feel a way about each other. It hurt me.
What? You're women, you have emotions. I expect for y'all to feel a way about me, but I don't expect for y'all to feel a way about each other. But they're women. They're emotional. The fuck are you talking about? You better expect for them to have problems with each other when you got two women living in one fucking house. Come on. Trash. Like, this is his Jim. This is his game. This is the man's pimping. This right here. This shit's so weak, dog. Trash. I need trash cans in the chat. Please put them trash cans in the chat. Brother, this was garbage. See, look, this why, and again, I'm taking that word gorilla from these niggas. These niggas can't say they go gorilla. You not, hold on.
It's gorilla time.
You niggas don't get to say you go gorilla no more, bro. I'm copywriting that. Again, I'm got a lawsuit pending with Gorilla Glue. Anything putting gorilla, I got a problem on it. Because this is not gorilla. And guess what? Gorillas don't only beat on their chest neither. This is why I'm getting ready to start my course of teaching niggas how to silverback psychology. Because you got to start thinking like a silverback gorilla, because a silverback don't just beat on his chest. He provide, protect, and direct. He also nurture too. Right? Provide, protect, and direct. Don't forget direct. Negative 15,000 manipulation, negative 15,000 aura. His aura is depleting rapidly as we watch this video. This is garbage. I expect y'all to feel a way about me, but I don't expect y'all are women. Y'all got emotional. If they're women and they're emotional, you can expect them to feel a way about anything, about anyone at any given time. It could be anything. A bitch wake up, boom, all of a sudden she don't like her daughter. I can't stand that bitch. She don't like her mama. I can't stand that bitch. How much more the girl that's fucking the same nigga she is? Idiot. It's liable to happen. It's why you shouldn't have them in the same dwelling quarters, nigga. And it's not like you ain't got the bread. What are you doing? Trash. Total trash.
I don't care about y'all being mad at me. I care. Let me say this. I can deal with y'all being mad at me. I understand it's going to take some time for me to make things right. But with each other, over words, over the internet, I don't fuck with it. That ain't real to me.
True. That's real. Check them on that for sure.
Y'all got a reason to be looking me sideways, though. And I accept my flaws. I accept what I've done.
I mean, that's good. He's owning up to
But
it.
what y'all went through 8-9 months ago, I don't feel like should be, because you done forgave me for worse. You done forgave me for worse.
Because he's the man, and that's what they're into. It sounds like they're not.
Exactly. Sis got the breakdown. You're the man. Yeah, says the niggas online. Great point. You're the man. They are romantically involved with you. You are trying to force them to also be romantically involved with each other, and you can get them to be sexually involved with each other. That doesn't mean that they'll ever be romantically involved with each other, even though you want that to be. And you shouldn't want that to be, because that is a recipe for disaster.
Not really into each other. I mean, I might be wrong.
That's what make what she's saying kind of true. Because it's like it's just her. When I told you I didn't want to start over with nobody else, I didn't want no new woman in the house, I didn't want to learn no new woman all over again, I meant it. I'd rather deal with somebody who already know
Her ass drunk and high.
me, know you. You talking about you want to bring somebody, cool, but they know you. They don't know me. And I come with a whole lot of shit. You times 50.
When I spoke on it, I said get somebody that's gonna like us both. That's what I told them. That's gonna be in.
Get in the camera. Get in the camera. Get in the camera. You hear it now. You ain't in the camera. Piece of your robe here. Watch your cup. You too.
It's that good. It is humongous. But yeah, them was my words to you when you brought it back up. When you were talking about companionship.
And I said this how I was gonna start off for you. She not a fucking companionship to me. I love her. She a companionship to you because of what y'all done been through. And I understand that y'all was gonna have to regrow. You got to understand it too. Why you saying all this other weak ass shit that you saying?
Yeah.
This shit that you saying. You saying shit, other shit when we were just texting the group chat the other day, you admitted that it was gonna take some time too.
I love it.
So
but
why
it's gonna take effort as well.
Most definitely.
Seems like these ladies just really aren't into each other, especially after what happened 8-9 months ago.
You ain't showing no fucking effort.
How long?
I'm gonna give you an example. And like I said, I'm done. It's time to be transparent all the way around the board. When you came in here and fixed my motherfucking taco, I'm resting. She putting the baby to sleep. You made my taco, but not hers. Why?
The comments were rolling.
I always fix your food.
Comments were
You gonna
rolling.
win with me being honest.
Cause you the man of the house, so I'm supposed to fix your
Hold on,
food.
baby.
I don't put shit in my nose.
Okay, so now she said, "You the man," and now let's see. He said, "I thought the nigga got life, but what happened?" Listen, okay. So he seems upset. It was taco night, and his plate got fixed, but his other wife plate ain't get fixed, though she was tending to the baby. So he feel like it should have got fixed. This is the problematic bullshit that happened when you got the two women in one house. This is such a bad. As somebody who has been practicing polygyny for years, at least what, 5 years? Don't do this. Don't do this. I'm not putting two women in the same house for more than a night. It can work for a night. It's cool for a night, for a little sleepover. That work. Bring the kids, sleep over, cook some food. Right? That work. But we talking about permanent living situation. It gives way for all kind of little bullshit like this to happen where, oh, you didn't fix no tacos. Now it's something this small over tacos. Now it might really not be small because she might have purposely, spitefully, I'm not fixing this bitch plate for sure. I'm not saying she didn't do it and she don't need to be checked on it. But that cohabitation shit, it just gives so many opportunities for shit like this to happen. So many opportunities to get this shit to happen. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Shout out to Lady AD just came in there. Malik Davis, good observation. He says he doesn't get that the women orbit around him. He's the one with the centrifugal force. If the women orbit around him and each other also, there's bound to be collision with all the spinning around. I like how you put that. Right? I like how you put that. He said his sir is supposed to be the butt of his dick. Lord in Christ.
Who?
To my parents, they want to sneak from her.
Comments were
This
saying
couch
that
cold,
BBJ was
fan
on
and face.
Shut the
crack.
fuck up. Them folks ain't talking
They
about
were
nothing.
saying she was sniffing something.
So
she was
if she
responding to
playing
that.
her position,
To my parents, they want to sneak from her.
Comments were
you gonna
rolling.
win with me being honest.
Cause you the man of
Bitch,
the house, so
your
I'm
mammy
supposed to
on
fix
pad.
your
Hold on,
food.
baby.
I don't put shit in my nose.
Who?
To my parents, they want to sneak from her.
Comments were
This
saying
couch
that
cold,
BBJ was
fan
on
and face.
Shut the
crack.
fuck up. Them folks ain't talking
They
about
were
nothing.
saying she was sniffing something.
So
she was
if she
responding to
playing
that.
her position and holding the baby down, I'm getting my wrist, you cooking. Why the fuck would you just fix one fucking burrito?
Comments were
Cause you're a man
rolling.
of the house, that's why I fix yours.
Hot go from taco to burrito.
But she is
I
confused.
spoke on your kids when I said,
Okay. That's listen. Now here's the thing. It just cut. I would love to see how the rest of that played out. But because we didn't, let me just say this, right? If it is the regular standard that she fixed everybody plate, or whoever's fixing the plates is fixing everybody plates, okay. But if that's not the regular standard, if the standard is she gonna go fix your plate, you as the man of the house, and everybody else can fix their own plate, then you don't got a point. But if it's one person fix everybody plate, or if somebody doing something, you cover for the other person. If that's the standard, so it's just about the standard. If that's not the standard, you can't check her over something that's not normalized. Right? Now look at this. It's a bad standard to set. I love to say our happiness is our own responsibility. When you put expectations on them from each other, they completely forget that concept. Oh, God, man. Another bomb. Brothers coming with all bombs tonight. All bombs tonight. All of that expectation. Nah, man. You the man of the house. Let that be the standard that your plate get fixed. If you felt like, again, if this wasn't the standard and you felt like, hey man, fix her plate, man. She dealing with the baby. Just go ahead and fix her plate. Or if she felt like she wanted her plate fixed and she just said, hey man, can you go fix my plate? Okay. But that ain't what happened. She simply made your plate following you as the man of the house. Right?
you called me homeless. My response was, your kids is homeless. So that's not talking about your kids. I'm just saying, talking about your kids is
See, why the
talking
fuck you
about
bring
them.
some shit up that I said up
I'm talking about clever.
but I sat up here and told you the reason why
Yeah,
she
this is
said
your
what she
kids,
said
it's your
because what I
kids.
did.
It don't matter if I'm talking about Clever or anybody else. All your kids is one.
So what about the little BBL comment, the status you made?
What BBL?
Because of me, everything. Listen,
With
but
me,
she
if I'm
never,
not picking with her.
because you was
You
lying
was.
with me.
No, I wasn't picking with you. No,
You
last
was lying with me.
Money, I can hold up. I can put my phone.
No,
time
fuck
I
that.
ever
I'm a vouch for you.
last
This is
time
the truth.
I ever
I'm not-
spoke on you.
I'm not finna ride with no. Listen, I'm not finna ride with no lie. It is what it is. If you wrong, I'm gonna tell you wrong. If you wrong, I'm gonna tell you wrong. You wrong. You was riding with me. You supposed to count every stray that I count. Fuck make you exempt from her going off if both of us teaming up against her. If both shut the fuck up. If both of us teaming up against her, you expect for you to say something and her not to say nothing. Fair point. If y'all are teaming up against her, of course she gonna get at you. But if it's a two conversation between him and her, there's no reason anything should be directed towards the other woman, right? So when a motherfucker do say something, it hurts your heart.
Let's be real. I never said nothing about BBJ into Nashville. I have not made no status about you.
I
No,
put this
nothing.
on my brother's grave. You let your cousin. That was the first. That was the.
Don't
I'm
worry
talking
about
about
mine.
now.
That was your
We don't
first
need
flight.
nobody else now.
I'm talking about now.
Ain't shit happen now. I ain't said shit about you now.
Quick pause. FINESSE2TYMES, he's been concerned about things that they've been saying and talking about on social media, but he's also saying, hey, don't mention certain people's name on the live.
Yes, you did last month.
What? What I said
Your
about you?
subliminal statuses.
What I
It's
said
about
about
me.
you? What I say?
When I made the video about this ass sit up like 2 bunk beds, you talking about people act like they ain't never had no BBL before.
Oh,
When
that's what
I
she
said
talking about.
that?
See, I thought she was talking
When?
about me.
Go to a status. I said that.
You deleted it. He showed me the status.
Yeah,
What
I
I
saw
said?
her.
What I
I
said?
did. You did.
I put
See, but you as the leader. Oh, okay. Instagram only 1 hour. Okay, smooth. So you being the leader though, right? Exactly. Like it should be one rule with the play fixing and just let that be that. But you as the leader, yeah, yeah, I felt them too. You as the leader, if you know they doing little petty, little subliminal shots on socials, Twitter, Facebook, whatever, and understanding again your stature and the attention that's on you and them in the situation and the shade rooms and the blogs, etc. You supposed to have a handle on that shit. You supposed to be checking that shit at the door, right? So he is confirming some type of cosmetic weight loss surgery. Lord in Christ.
this on my brother. I ain't see shit
You
about
did.
her. It
You
wasn't
did.
one about her. If
What
I
the
did
fuck
say
you
that,
said for if
If
you
it-
knew that she
I
just
ain't seen shit she said about no bunk beds.
Bunk beds. No,
I
I'm
ain't said shit.
confused.
I don't go look at her page. How many times I told you this? I don't go on her
Yeah,
page.
you do.
No, the fuck I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Man, oh my brother.
Yeah, you
Since we
do.
broke up, I probably went on her page 3 times.
3 times? Why not 4? But FINESSE2TYMES, what he's really trying to get at is the fact that BBJ has been on Sugar's
How the
page.
fuck
I
you
been
got
counting
2
on one
different
hand.
Facebook apps?
Wait,
I don't
what?
know they do that. It's the
No, they
same.
don't fucking do that.
No, it don't. 2 Facebook apps?
Same
What?
thing.
Her ass caught. She caught.
Shit, that's the only look, 2 calculators.
What?
2 cameras.
Huh?
How the fuck you got 3 different
I don't
Netflix?
know.
3
Is you hiding
Netflix?
an app within an app?
Look,
What?
there you go. Boo, it's right there. No, I don't know why I do that.
Now, this was the most bizarre part of the live to me because how you have multiple Facebook apps, 3 Netflix apps, 2 calculators, it definitely seemed like she was hiding apps.
If I did make a status about
Had
her,
to
and
add
said
our
something
2
about
cents
we
here.
wasn't talking.
Just had to.
She made a status about the HBIC shit.
What is HBIC? A lot of people were asking this in the comments. HBIC stands for Head Bitch in Charge. So there was a lot of talk about this.
So there's a concept of you got them having this competition for who's gonna be the top one. Yeah, we multiple. Yeah, we in this together. But who is the number one? Who is the first lady? Who is the main wife? Right? Because people be saying that. People be like, "Oh, it's numbers," and people say it ain't. Well, that don't matter. But this one, the main one, right? And people judge that and base that off of different things, like Brother Polite, for example. Of course, fuck him, we know that. But he had his wives, right? But everybody knew Amunet. Everybody looked at Amunet like that was his main wife, right? Everybody did. And for the reason because she just was with him so much more than like you just always seen her, right? Man, yeah, he's down. He's down. They don't even got him up no more, huh? Yeah, he took it down. Must have took it down. They must have took her down. Man, I got 100 fake polite pages. This is crazy. It's hell of them. Okay, this one got 12K followers. Wow. Okay, so let me share this one, right? So like when you look at polite, no bottom allowed. It's problematic. So now look. See now he took picture with he take picture with random girls, but look, you see that this Amunet. You see Amunet? This is the main one you always seen with him. You see that? It's 2-3 other women involved, but it's always Amunet. Now this is Rentet. No, Riot. My fault. Riot. Look, Amunet, he been with 25 years. Riot, 15 years. Okay, boom. So this Riot, the girl was Rentet, the little girl. But Amunet, you always see Amunet, right? Let's keep going here. Again, look. Amunet, you see her? Okay. Let's keep going down. Again, now you see both of them. Right? There's both of them now. Is that the victim's mother? That might be the victim's mom right there. I don't know who the other Spanish girl is. Right? Just keep going there just to show my point. Oh, there's Amunet again. You gonna see her more than everybody else. So everybody looked at it like Amunet, that's the main wife. That's what people would say. That's the main wife. Right? Again, look. That's the main, that's what people would say. So that's this HBIC thing that they're talking about here.
This as well during the live, but now you know what it means.
You did.
But it wasn't even directed to her. That shit was, you was directed to her, but this shit was a straight for everybody because me and him still, this was the same day he posted I had the weed in Memphis and shit. Before I came back. I ain't said you had no weed. I mean, this shit, the fatality. Yeah. So you like said whatever he got going. Well, you said whatever he got going on, he tell me first. I'm you HBIC. You even respond to these pages. But she not talking about you. Right. You responded to a page about me. Hold on.
I know what you're talking about.
A fake page. I would never do that. That's one thing I ain't. If motherfucker come in on it, I might respond sometimes. So she had an app with the app, y'all.
The comments definitely determined that she is hiding an app within the app. There is a such thing as decoy apps that pose as other apps. So they think that that's what she was doing.
Playing with me. You got my phone right here. In my life, I'm not. I don't gotta do that.
I mean, just be upfront.
Lying. I ain't gotta do that. Come on. Who believe that? Lying.
You know what I'm saying?
The fuck you mean you don't gotta do it?
I don't have nothing to hide. That's what I mean.
Just to reiterate, there's no way that a standard Apple or Android phone is going to let you install 2 cameras, 2 calculators, 2 Facebook apps, and 3 Netflix applications with the same icon. No way. No way.
And I'm finna go to it. Hold on. Because I sent it to you.
You see him look up and check the numbers? Yeah, he was definitely checking the numbers every now and then. It was a standard about, 2,500. The max was about 3,300 on the live.
I really did. Like, when motherfuckers write me, text me about you, I don't give a fuck if I know them or not. I don't even indulge in this shit. I used to.
You used to what?
Like indulge in it.
What the fuck you looking for?
Okay, so they say so. Haley emailing the pregnant girl. Meanwhile, Finesse is. I
don't want to hear nothing about that hoe.
This not about her. This is about me. Meanwhile, Finesse is back messing with the third girl that was in the group of dummies at first. Jesus, take the wheel. Yeah. I know she embarrassed. Listen. Who said that? It don't matter. I'm making a point.
Yes, it fucking do matter.
It's a fake page.
Who
I
the
just
fuck
told you
called?
who said it.
Yes,
She responded to a fake page. This is my whole point.
Oh.
It says,
And
meanwhile, he's back messing with the third girl that was in a group of dummies. Jesus, take the wheel. I know she embarrassed. Which part do you feel like she embarrassed? They saying she embarrassed about. Hold on. Wasn't her and Sugar getting into it? Finesse are messy. Blah, blah, blah. She said, be embarrassed for what? She didn't even.
So she
said, be embarrassed for what? Everything he does, I know of. The fuck HBIC. That was about me.
No, it wasn't. I answered the comment.
Why you respond to some shit that
Literally. Why would you do that? To a fake page. Knock. I know I got Knock in the chat. Knock, you in the chat? Knock, which one is BBJ and which one is Sugar? Can you tell me? Is BBJ on the right and Sugar on the left? I just wanted for my clarification because I don't know these young ladies like that to identify them. I just know he got 2, 3 of them. BBJ got the blue Versace on, the teal Versace. So Suge got the red Versace robe. They got the robes on. One got a red Versace robe, the other one got like a teal blue. BBJ. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, just to confirm. Throw it out. He know he from Memphis. He know.
That whole shit was about me.
posted anyway? They go to screenshots. So
I know what I said.
okay, well, why the fuck how the fuck I've been telling you for a year to stop responding to shit and you still responding to a page with a page saying
Because they said I was embarrassed.
it don't fucking matter. Beyonce don't do that.
I kind of get his point here because he's basically saying,
Good point. That was some good instructions. Good instructions. But see, again, let's stop. Can we deep dive? Can I deep dive? Right? I got to deep dive into that. I'm not just going to let him slide with that. I'm not. Because yes, it was on the surface, it was sound instruction. But let's go back and let's hold this man accountable. Because leaders, we have the ultimate accountability in these situations. Hold on.
To a page with a page saying
Because they said I was embarrassed.
it don't fucking matter. Beyonce a year to stop responding to shit and you still responding to a page with a page saying
I've been telling you for 1 year to stop responding to shit, and you are still responding to what a page is saying, not just any page, not any notable blog page, a literal spam account that somebody is posting on, and she went out of her way to comment in response to that. And you've been telling her for a year not to do that, and you have not identified her insecurities. But you're trying to force her into this situation with this other girl as far as a three-way relationship when she is clearly insecure. Or else why would she be going out of her way to respond to phantom and ghost pages and prove herself to nobody and randoms on the internet, ghosts on the internet? You missed the fact that she is incapacitated with insecurity. She is imprisoned by insecurity. And you're trying to force this other woman in the house and force a three-way relationship when what you need to be doing is watering and tending to your garden. Right? Instead of trying to make them love each other the way they love you, which they will never do, you need to separately tend to each of them individually. Black roses in your garden, you have to water it, brother. That rose is not growing how it's supposed to be growing. So we have to see, well, what's going on? Why is she insecure? I'm not blaming him for her insecurities. I'm not saying this. Everybody has their own life experience as to, why they may have certain insecurities. But you clearly been telling her this, right? So we clearly see her insecurities are a problem. So it's not a good idea to bring another woman directly into the house where she lives, to expect her to love her the way she loves you. That's insane. It's contrary to wisdom. It's contrary to game, pimp. It's contrary. The girl is insecure. It's why she's trying to validate herself to literal nobodies on Instagram, randoms on Instagram. No, the only person who would seek validation is the person in that instance to that level is the person that doesn't feel valid. She doesn't feel valid. So here you are instructing, and her insecurities are coming in the way of instruction. So you got to identify that, and then you have to move in a way that doesn't agitate the insecurity, right? In an extreme situation like bringing another woman in the house, especially when they got prior beef, that is highly likely to agitate insecurity. That is a wound that is clearly not healed that you are stoking. How you don't know this? And then, like the brother say, and then you're publicly embarrassing her. You're putting her on blast now in front of everybody. And you're constantly looking at the numbers, so you are conscious of the amount of people who are live watching, and then how viral it's going to be because it's going to be recorded and propagated, right? Like Malik said, she probably don't feel like she's the HBIC she thought she was. And she might have went out of her way to say that. See, I'm going to tell you something about if and when there's a situation where there is a HBIC, so to speak, a head bitch in charge of first lady. She doesn't have to say that to anybody because it's clear. It's clear that me and him, what me and him have, and the status that I have with him, and oftentimes it's, I'm not going to say that because I'm not going to say that, but sometimes it's value based. And there is, especially if you're dealing with a man that is operational, he's running operations of any sort. And there is a woman that is in the equation that tends to that aspect more. She may have that advantage. You see what I'm saying? She may get that advantage, but she doesn't have to declare that advantage. It's clear, it's observable. Everybody can see it, everybody knows it. We don't even got to bring that up. She don't have to go scream from the mountaintops, I'm the head bitch in charge. She doesn't have to do that, right? Because it's clear that she's the HBIC. That after him, in the pecking order of structure and authority in this situation, she's number 2. Right? So the fact that she's screaming and declaring it, that is an attestation to the insecurity that should be observed, and it should be tended to, and it should be treated in a certain way, in a sensitive way, because we got to get that insecurity up out of her. Because you as a man, but she's a reflection of him because he's dealing with insecurity. See, sometimes you be speaking from your perspective, and you'll be saying what you would do in the situation, but I don't have the insecurities that this man has, and that he's clearly projected. They clearly come out over the course of the conversation. So, because I don't, of course, I'm like, okay, let me work on her insecurity because it don't make no sense that she has it. She should certainly feel you're dealing with her, you're married to her, you're giving your life to her, all these various things. She's giving your life to you, you love it on her, etc. I don't understand where the insecurity is. Let me figure that out. Let me treat that sensitively and separately before this coming together. But when you're insecure, you're not picking up on the insecurities. Y'all insecure together. Y'all are displaying those feminine characteristics together. And that's a problem here.
Because they said I was embarrassed.
It don't fucking matter. Beyonce don't do that.
I kind of get his point here because he's basically saying, when the average fan or the average person is commenting something about you, whether it's, whether it's true or not, you don't have to comment, especially if you're trying to be on celebrity status. You should be, your mentality should be at a certain level to where you don't feel like you have to reply to everybody. And that's what he's on.
Okay. But what do you respond to people?
Man, I respond to people if I check the fuck out of them. I check their clothes and their hair and their nails. and their kids. I check the shit out them.
Okay.
I don't sit up praying and indulge with my feelings and what no motherfucker feel about me. If you call me big hip stud ass nigga, I'm gonna check the shit out your kid. I swear to God, if you check me, I'm gonna check the fuck out your kid. I'm gonna check the fuck out your car.
You is a stud ass nigga though, for sure.
Check your hairstyle. Right. I'm gonna check your boyfriend. Or I'm gonna check your girlfriend. I'm gonna check your mama. I'm gonna talk about your folks. I'm gonna talk about how you ain't got no money, no gas money to make it to work.
LOL, that's childish.
I ain't finna sit up here and tell myself, oh, I don't give a fuck what. That's emotional as hell.
At the end of the day, you was painting a whole different picture in my head about this girl. So you gotta understand that's where I go off because of you.
What picture you trying to paint in her head?
Now this look, you see him there now? He's a little stuck. He's a little stuck, right? I'm good now. Y'all can hear me now? God damn, I done muted. It wasn't important. It was not important. Damn, I was moving for 2 minutes. What was I saying? Jesus Christ. Whatever. No big deal. Now, the checking. That's irrelevant. It's a Memphis thing. It's just me roasting, right? Now, look at him right here. So now what Sugar is revealing is that he painted a picture of BBJ to her. Now, this is where it gets tricky too. Things get tricky here. You go through something with a woman, right? You're dealing with multiple women, and I'm speaking from experience now, right? You dealing with multiple women. Here you on great terms or good terms with one, she'll start getting tricky with the other one. You going through it with the other one. The other one leave. But a couple months go by, y'all end up reconciling. But while you were going through it, you were coming to the other one. She was your confidant. She was soothing you. She was supporting you as a woman should, right? But as you're doing it, you're expressing, you want her to console you. You want her to succor you, to rub your back, to rub your head, tell you that bitch is wrong, and I can't believe she would do that. So what you're doing when you're going to her is you're painting a picture. You're painting a picture. And you see why he's stuck like that right now? Because the nigga know he painted a picture, right? We all do it. I've done it, painted a picture because of how I'm feeling about her because of what we're going through, right? And oftentimes, a lot of times, what we're going through and why it's so difficult is because there's something that needs to change that sometimes the man involved in the situation has an unwillingness to change. So now we're only, instead of addressing what we need to change in order for this situation to be rectified, what we didn't do is go, she's the problem. And not that she's not the problem, but she typically, oftentimes, is not 100% of the problem. So now here you are painting the narrative. You're painting a picture to the other one, right? Not with the intentions of turning her against her, but with the intentions of you just want her to be on your side. I just need you, damn it. Especially if you just got two women, right? She acting up, you not. I need you to be on my side all the way. So I'm going to paint a certain picture, right? It happens. I understand it. I've been there. I've done that. I've had to learn to stop doing that. Because now when she discovers First off, when you want to put it back together, now you've shot yourself in the foot. You've done something contrary to progress for yourself, because these feelings that you're having that's causing you to go to your other woman and paint this woman as a monster, those feelings fade. And when those feelings fade and y'all get back together and now you're trying to bring her back into the situation, the other woman's like, oh no, I thought it was fuck this bitch. And she's not as easy as accepting, because of course she's not romantically involved. This is where he's fucking up. You're trying to make them have the same feelings for each other that they have for you, and they don't, and they never will. So when you go to the other one and paint that picture, she's on fuck that bitch time, even though you now are no longer on fuck that bitch time. And now it's that much more difficult for her to accept, and now there'd be a complete familial unit reconciliation. All because you painted a picture. Instead, what you should do, if you got a real bitch, is keep that shit 100. And then she's going to shoot straight with you on where you're right, where you're wrong, where she's right, where she's wrong. That way she doesn't look at her unnecessary. Now, if the bitch is doing some monstrous shit, she should look at her that way. But she won't look at her with unnecessary prejudice if you just shoot it straight. Then when the reconciliation occurs, it's not as shocking and offensive to her, and she's more ready to accept it and move forward. But when you're painting this bitch as the monster, and then all of a sudden the next day y'all are back in love, that's confusing. She doesn't get it. Wait, you just talked about her like this and like that, like she was the worst thing in the world. How are we fucking back with this bitch? Listen, again, I've done it, right? I'm going to tell you about a situation. Story time. Very early in my true righteous polygyny, very early in the situation. So a little over 5 years ago, I'll tell you the story, right? I had a situation where, okay, boom. So my baby mother of 3 of my kids, my 2 oldest, and one of the kids I had last year. I only got children with 2 women. So, who I was married to up until a year ago. Now I'm only married to one of them, and I got a new wife. Praise the Lord. So, but going back, me and my baby mom was broke up. I had my wife. And so I had moved to Atlanta, and she was still in the New York area in Connecticut. She hadn't made the transition down here to Atlanta yet. I had begun, seeing a young lady, lovely woman. And me and my baby mom, me and my baby mom was cohabitating, but we was not romantically or intimately involved. She was involved with the father of her one of her other sons. She just had another son last week, right? Not to put her business out there, my bad. But she was with the father of her other son. And but we was cohabitating because I moved us from California to Texas, and then from Texas here to Atlanta. And, I was vehement about the kids and the kids being with me, but I always left the door open to where she could come too, because of course I know that I'm not necessarily, I definitely wasn't then cut out for, single fatherhood. I've definitely made some progress, and I still got some room to grow for sure. So she came with me. And then, her boyfriend, he was living in California still, but they was going back and forth visiting, whatever. So, what ended up happening is I started dealing with this woman, and she actually was helping me with childcare after I had put, incident that occurred, and I ended up putting my baby mom out the house. But through that, God, there's so much. I'm skipping parts of the story. Let me back up. So I had my wife. who I've been married to for about a year. I got married to her in the spring of 2018. I think April, March 2018 is when we got married. I moved to Atlanta April 2018. So we got married Dallas, March 2018. I moved to Atlanta April 2018, right? Boom. In July 2018, I end up getting acquainted with a young lady from Minnesota, from Minneapolis. I met her through her father. You know, whatever her father watched the videos, listened to the teachings, all the good stuff. All right, cool. I ended up taking her to wife. Okay. Now, at this time, very early on, I wasn't forthcoming with my other wife about this. Of course, we've learned from mistakes like this. I had to learn so I can teach y'all, right? Praise the Lord. So I wasn't forthcoming about that, but I have her. Through her, I meet another young lady who began to help me with childcare. And then, you know, we began to have an affinity towards each other. And she lived in these apartments on Glenwood Road on the east side of Atlanta, the G Block. Maybe you've heard of it. And when I kicked my baby mom out, I'm like, you know what, man, go get you an apartment over there, right? Get you an apartment over there, like right on Glenwood and Candler, like a little bit past Candler, like where the ISUPK school is, for those y'all familiar. So, they end up, so she moves into the same apartments as her, and mind you, she's already keeping the kids a lot, and she got daughters, and you know, my kids is already getting real cool with them. So they end up getting cool. And then mind you, this is during a time when my baby mother and her are not, and me are not together. So, you know, she ended up start putting in her head, like, you know, the other woman now, like, you know, you should really fuck back with him. Like, you know, he's kind of the ticket. Like, that's you should fuck with. Mind you, I'm fucking with her too. So, you know, over the course of time, me and my baby mom, we end up getting back together. Again, this is all unbeknownst to my wife, right? And again, these are, you know, I wasn't moving right. I had to go through this and butt my head to learn how to move. So now I move appropriately, right? Okay. So one day all the shit hits the fan, right? And my baby mom basically comes out to my wife, like, hey, he fucking back with me. They get cool, but then they go on a hunt for all the other bitches, right? They go on the hoe hunt, a bitch hunt, if you will. Not a witch hunt, a bitch hunt. So, you know, they called the wife I got out there in Minnesota, and then they call this woman who I was dealing with, who I hadn't taken a wife, right? And, you know, I was so upset. I was in the middle. If y'all remember Rashard Brooks was killed. This is going around that time. He was killed, and they burnt down the Wendy's here on the south side of Atlanta off of, I believe it's University of Pryor. And, you know, we was out there teaching, and all of this is happening on that day, that same day. We out there teaching the Bible, and I get a phone call while I'm out teaching the Bible that this is going on, and I just am so upset. I hang the phone up. By the time I get home, it's all kind of bullshit that I got to deal with. And, you know, I take everything out on the woman who was not my wife, right? Because at the end of the day, how mad can I get at my wives? I'm with them. I move dishonestly with them. So that's on me. But the shit I felt like the other woman did, which down the line really wasn't as bad as it was presented to me, made me so upset that I painted her so bad. Like, fuck that bitch. She the enemy. So then a year or two later, when me and her get back cool, and it's not on no romantic stuff, but we cool, and, you know, she's a good sister, very resourceful, things of that nature. We get back cool. They looking at me like, well, damn, you told us this bitch was this and that and this and that, man. We on some fuck that bitch time. Now she cool because you said she's cool. So I had to learn that painting that picture shit is problematic because you sometimes only feel like that for a second or for a short amount of time, and then time heals all wounds, and then you like, all right, you find things out and things die down and you don't care no more, and then you might end up back cool with this person, or you might get back involved with this person, and now the other women involved or woman involved that you've painted the picture to, they are adverse to it because the picture you painted. So it seemed like, Finesse is suffering from some of that here. Let's get back to this.
I'm gonna let her talk because she talking in circles.
I'm not talking in no circle. When you
go ahead, killer.
I'm over the conversation.
I just said what I said.
I'm past everything. I've been talking. I've been communicating with her.
So where you at with it?
Trying to get to know her.
So where you
better.
at with it? So where you at with it then?
We've been communicating more and talking. I've been putting my voice down a little bit.
From watching this live, it seemed like Suge was wanting somebody that was a little bit more demure and not as street.
Motherfucker know how I can get. Like, she said that. She used to say I was mean and all that shit. I ain't been like that, period. And I done told her numerous of times that I ain't on that.
Get in the camera.
And the reason why I was on that the last time, because you told her to come through here and take over.
Who said that?
You most definitely said that.
But take over in what way?
I didn't say what way.
Being a bigger person.
I ain't talking about this time. No.
In any situation. I ain't talking about take over because motherfucker can't take over shit around me. I'm over it. Fuck you talking about.
And that's why we was having a conversation about.
Just like I would tell Lil to come take over. Yeah, don't make it seem like I said no. See, that's what I'm saying, and that's what I be saying. Let me get to the bottom.
Yeah, and that was
hold on. Let me get to the bottom.
You didn't give her no ultimatum and all that.
Listen, because this was a big misunderstanding coming in there. Maybe I don't word my shit right sometimes. I'm guilty of it. I know I'm guilty of it, and I've been told that for a long time that sometimes, bro, you word shit wrong, and maybe I worded that wrong. Don't ever think I'm telling the motherfucker come take over. None that I got control of. Now, if I give you a position, I'm expecting you to take control. I want bosses around me, so I'm expecting for you to take the initiative. She's not good with taking the initiative.
In a nutshell, he basically just explained what he wants BBJ there for. He wants her to be the one to take control, take the initiative, because he knows that Sugar is more passive.
Yeah, good, and a great observation there, and that's real. So in understanding that, then that's gonna make her the head bitch in charge. The passive bitch can't be the head bitch in charge. That ain't how that works. The head bitch in charge is a bitch that's bossed up and a bitch that know how to assert herself while still maintaining her femininity, right? But still can be assertive when necessary, right? So he's recognizing that, like he said, he's giving out positions because this is a team. This is structure. There has to be positions. Okay, cool. She's the one who is assertive. Well, then she has that. She needs to be in that position, in that place, right?
Everybody ain't good with leading. Everybody ain't good with it. I had to be go ahead. What?
But when I do that, she feel like I'm stepping on her toes.
Why would you feel like that? How you know she feel like that?
Her reaction. I'm not slow. Like
you ain't slow. You ain't slow. I know. So why would you feel like that? If you see that she trying to take the initiative and she
like just say for instance, she ain't gonna say nothing.
No, she not. She don't think I know that.
If I get up and cook you something and run you some bad
she gonna feel away.
She gonna
feel away. Yeah. I know.
But she gonna say she ain't nothing.
No, she not. She don't think I know that.
If I get up and cook you something and run you some bad
she gonna feel away.
She gonna
feel away. Yeah. I know.
But she gonna say she not.
Yeah, she gonna say that she don't feel away, but she really feel away.
There were a few moments in the live where fans felt that FINESSE2TYMES was showing favoritism towards BBJ, and this was one of them.
But guess what? When he get in the bed today, I'm prime example. The other night, he told me, lay by him. You didn't even get in the bed. You sat in that chair all night.
Straight up. When I went to sleep?
No, you still up. You was something. You weren't paying no attention to her, but I was. And you wasn't finna come around and lay on my side. Like, you wasn't finna do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, you told him to scoot over.
Me to scoot over
right.
instead of getting on your side.
Right, but
Everybody's in one bed, and you wonder why there's problems. Everybody's in one bed, and we wonder why we're having issues. The fuck are you talking about, bro? Of course we're having issues if everybody's in one goddamn bed. You're dealing with a girl who we've identified as insecure, also one who is passive, doesn't assert herself, and doesn't speak up for herself. You guys have established all of that. And you have her in the same bed as another girl. The fuck is wrong with you? That's not watering a garden. That's pouring fuel on the garden and then setting a goddamn match to it after you've let the leaves thereof wither, brother. This is, God, there's so many mistakes being made. And not small mistakes, not little mistakes, major, detrimental, potentially irreversible mistakes. Mistakes that men in his position, at his age, with his stature, cannot afford to make. Period.
problem with him, and that's why I go lay in that same spot every time. If I be by him, it's because he told me come scoot over here. Right. But today he told me come lay on him, and he was like, "Come tell Sugar come lay down too." And I told him, "You know she gonna want you to get in the middle, so go on, come on, let's scoot over first." But you not gonna do that. You not gonna.
She don't think I'm gonna see that type of shit.
And she said, "But
she really think that."
The other day when she was sitting outside,
what do you think she's seen and want us to be bothered about it?
What? I mean,
so that's the story
in the bed, right? So I have to be on the end.
And then she said, "This my cuddle buddy." Talking about to Clever.
Clever, yeah, I keep that. I think, you know.
Hold on, what is this man talking about, brother? Leah and Rachel did not share the same bed, right? Look at this. They gave up Drakes to be mandrakes. So let's just take a look at that situation to debunk what you just said. Come on, brother. You're going to talk to the polygyny expert about this, right? And Reuben went, Genesis 30:14, and Reuben went in the days of wheat harvest and found mandrakes in the field and brought them unto his mother Leah. Then Rachel said to Leah, "Give me, I pray thee, of thy son's mandrakes." And she said unto her, "Is it a small matter that thou hast taken my husband? And wouldest thou take my son's mandrakes also?" And Rachel said, "Therefore he shall lie with thee tonight for thy son's mandrakes." What is this demonstrating? That they weren't in the same bed, that they rotated with what bed Jacob slept in, either Leah's or Rachel's, right? So she forfeited a night in exchange for the mandrakes. So this proves that they were not in the same bed. Simple. It ain't about lesbianism. They weren't in the same bed at all. Right? Like Lady AD said, clearly that's the wrong bitch for the situation. You're going to have to augment the situation. Okay. You agree. Okay, fine. That's good. That's good. Maybe there was a misunderstanding. Well, they was not in the same bed. Putting two women in the same house is definitely problematic. Making everybody sleep in the same bed. Talk about a shit show waiting to happen. I would never.
You know I'm here.
But
you know,
like, if she trying to act, she not bothered by that. But I know she is. Like I know her, so I know she is. I know what the fuck. So that's why I be trying to not do that. Cause last time I didn't give a fuck. Like, and I was just.
All right, now let's get to the bottom of it.
Now that was a really awkward exchange. Just imagine being in a polyamorous relationship with two other people. One of them is telling you to move over. It makes you.
And that's the problem right there. It is polyamorous and it should be polygynous, but he's practicing polyamory because he got them fucking around, and that's just actually adding to the problems.
Not feel quite as loved, or could make you not feel quite as loved. It'll make you feel like, hey, why you treating this person better than me? You know what I mean? That's really awkward.
Very simple observation anybody can see.
All right, boom.
I sleep with my
All
lady.
right, pause,
I've been
pause.
putting her in her bed, so I belong on the end.
Pause. Now, this where I'm going to nip this situation in the bud, this bed situation, right?
Mind you, fans were rolling in the comments.
I don't do that.
Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to think.
When he made comments like that throughout the live, you could tell the female fans were more like, what the F? How's he talking to them? And the males were like, yeah,
I
make
think
them
where you
listen.
coming from. You. I taught you better. You know better. So I feel like you supposed to immediately adapt. Hold on. But you gotta understand that we done went 8-9 months with nobody sleeping in the bed with us.
Speaking on how that 8 to 9 months.
We done went 8-9 months with nobody sleeping in the bed with us. So why are we introducing that now? Why do we think that's the best plan of course of action? Was there conversation, preparation, consideration taken? That's the question. This is not, again, it's not about, okay, we could, this be the problem too with us, right? With men. She said 3 people in the bed at night is great, especially 3 thick people, right? So this be the issue, right? So we as men could go, nigga, we the leaders and we in charge, nigga, and what we say go. Okay. Cool, right? But that don't make what you're trying to do effective and conducive, and it's not going to generate the results that you desire. There is a wiser way to approach things and execute things to get the desired result. The desired result is a mutual happiness, right? That especially is curtailed to you, right? As the man. Cool, great. Forcing the situation, causing resentment and an explosion to occur is not going to get you the results that you want. You want people genuine, like if I want women that's genuinely, they want to be here. They want to fuck with me. They're not tripping off of the next woman or nothing like that. They know it's me and her, and what we got can't nobody come in the midst of. And then also there's a larger family unit that has to be considered. But point blank period, force it. No. You want people who want to be there, no matter what the situation is. So if the situation is y'all are all in the same house and in the same bed, you better hope that they want to be in that situation. If somebody doesn't want to be in that situation and you forcing it, you are actually shooting yourself in the foot. You're not going to get the results you're looking for. You're not.
This is a little bit how it was. So imagine having the man all to yourself, and then suddenly 9 months later, he wants one of his exes back in the picture.
And this happens also. This is problematic in poly situations where like I say oftentimes, your second wife, that's your hardest wife to get, right? It's your hardest wife to get because you're transitioning from monogamy into polygyny. You're transitioning into it. This pre-existing woman, this first wife, and I'm saying that not in rank, but in chronology, not in rank, in length, pause. Their first wife, she's used to just having you. You now have to introduce her to this concept. You have to sell her on this concept. And again, you can just go and do it, but you want the desired result. So you have to sell her on this concept. You have to appropriately introduce her to this concept. And then you have to successfully obtain the second wife, idealistically without incident. So the second wife is the hardest to obtain. After you got 2, I mean, sky's the limit after that. After you got 2, when you meet who could be your 3rd, when you tell her you have 2, she understands, oh, he does this poly shit. This isn't a concept. This isn't an idea. For him, this is his real life. So they're very much secure in coming in. That second wife, she not only you got to sell the first one, you got to sell the second one on the situation and the first one that you could even handle such a thing because you aren't presently. So that second wife, that's the hardest to come by. Now, I personally haven't had that issue because the way that all my situations worked out, even though I obtained a second wife because of the circumstance. Like I said, so the first time, boom, I'm not here. My baby mom called herself leaving. I get a wife, and then me and my baby mom reconcile. That's a pre-existing situation. So it's not a like I got a second wife. Then in this most recent time with my most recent wife, I'm going through another breakup with the same wife, all while having the other wife. So in the midst of that breakup, and it's still kind of in the air before it's solidified, like this ain't gonna happen, like this is over with all the way. It pretty much was, but it wasn't all the way solidified. I obtained the other one. So I never really obtained the second wife. Right, I did, but I didn't go through the same the standard process that everyone who obtained the second is. So what he's doing and what he's facing is that issue right there. Even though it's a reconciliation situation, a girl he already was dealing with, but when a girl gets real comfortable being your only one, you got to really climb over that wall, get her over that wall of acceptation. And it's even more difficult when we clearly have seen the insecurities that the young lady is displaying, that they're talking about, right?
And how many times have I told you this?
I understand it, but I'm saying, but do you really understand it? You know what? I feel like you do because you ain't saying nothing about it. You ain't. Exactly. This your first time ever speaking on it, but I know how you feel. But you, if you knew the play I laid down and what I said I was going to do, you're supposed to immediately adapt because I done taught you better.
Again, very awkward, kind of cringe because he was talking to them like he was their daddy.
I disagree with her there, and I understand what he's saying. In concept, she's supposed to immediately adapt, but these are human beings, bro. And not just any type of human beings, they're women. Right. So you expect her to immediately adapt after she's already full of insecurities and she's been loving having you to herself for 8-9 months. Adaptation, rapid adaptation at that. Your expectation shouldn't be so high for that, bro. It shouldn't.
And it ain't like we ain't slept in the bed 4 deep.
Wow, 4 deep. Dang.
They didn't slept in the bed 4 deep, and I want you to take a look at the man's face when he's saying that. See, so the whole sleeping in the bed 2 and 3 and 4 deep, it's entirely ego driven. Now, granted, I understand he did that time in the penitentiary where, hey, he's sleeping with himself in his hand, right? I understand he man, I'm gonna get out, man. I'm gonna be laying up, man, 2, 3, 4 bitches. Fuck that. I feel it. I understand the desire, right? But and this a whole video. I'm about to do a whole video on this too, on fleeing youthful lust, like the scriptures say to flee youthful lust. Meaning that's a childlike desire. Now, it may be one thing I want to be seen out. You might want to be seen out with multiple women at once, right? But that sleeping in the bed thing, that's a pure ego stroke. And bro, you got to be insecure to need your ego stroke to that level every day, especially if there's somebody involved in the situation that isn't necessarily comfortable or preferential to that sleeping arrangement, bro. Every night? Come on, my nigga. You ain't got to do it like that. You can still have all of them, deal with all of them. You ain't got to put all of them in the same bed. You are creating problems for your goddamn self, bro.
Dang.
So for you to, what I'm trying to tell you is nothing that you do is gonna go unseen. This slow ass game you be running, so it's to the point now where you're not helping the situation, you disturbing the peace.
We don't even sleep how we used to sleep.
What? Fuck what you talking about. What I just said. You're not helping the situation, you disturbing the peace.
We don't even sleep how we used to sleep.
What? Fuck what you talking about. What I just said is, it's to the point where you disturbing the peace.
Okay.
If it's peace, why disturb it? Why not join the peace? That's what I'm saying.
Oh my God. Man, bro, this is crazy. I keep doing this. I keep doing this bullshit. Let me go back. The reason why she's disturbing the peace is because her peace is disturbed. She's not at peace with this situation. So she's now bringing chaos into this situation because this situation brings chaos into her. You easily could remove her from the situation and put her in her own house, in her own bed, in her own room, and go visit her there and go build her and build your relationship and love on her there. You can go do that. And I'm sure that would help alleviate the lack of peace in the chaos that's coming to her. Now, if it didn't, you would have to address that then, because now what would be your reason? But because you're forcing cohabitation, you're forcing co-sleeping, you're asking for her peace to be disturbed and then for her to disturb your peace. You are not moving in alignment with peace seeking, brother, because you are tormenting the other young lady in this situation. Right. And again, there's some women that say, oh, you tormenting because of this. Oh, you want to deal with other women? That's tormenting me. I'm so insecure. Nah, we not giving those passes, because it's your right to deal with multiple women. But there is a methodology in which you can do it that is conducive for all parties. And that's not how you're presently operating. Now, I do know situations of cohabitation, co-sleeping and things like that work for people. Good for those people. That is far from typical and far from average, and very clearly is not this situation. Right? I don't know how you aren't seeing that. It's clear as day, brother.
Just for a little context, Sugar just had a baby within this 8 to 9 months.
Sugar had a baby within the 8 to 9 months. That also needs to be factored in, because there's something that's very real out there that's called postpartum depression. And postpartum depression can linger for a long time. If I'm not mistaken, up to 24 months after birth, postpartum depression can linger, right? And that especially affects insecurities, especially if a woman is feeling like her body is not the same after she gave birth. All those various things. Women, they hyper analyze themselves and they hyper compare themselves to other women, and that's where certain of their insecurities come from. Hyper analyzation and hyper comparison. So now she got to lay in the bed with somebody who she's hyper analyzing herself and comparing herself against, and it's not feeling good for her, and that's clear. And there's a very simple solution to this, Finesse. Take that brick of money you was flashing and go get another crib and put Suge in that crib. Easy. Begin to spend a couple nights over there and a couple nights back at the other house. Or get another crib, go ahead and put BBJ in that crib, since BBJ's now moving into the crib that Suge been in. And then just go visit BBJ a couple nights out the week and stop trying to make these bitches love each other and sleep in the same bed with each other. It's stupid.
And it seems like, especially from the first half of the live, she kind of felt like, you know, the situation of not having anybody else, she kind of felt like she was going to be, or she thought she was going to be enough for him. Like her and the baby was going to be enough.
That whole enough thing. Women got to understand, and this is the issue, and this is where she set herself up for failure. This enough thing. Why ain't I enough? And a woman only say that because her mind and her emotions, her feelings, they don't operate the way ours does. Right? It's not the same as ours. So it's not about you not being, you are enough for the position I need you to play. But as a man who is overseeing things and has a vision, this isn't for every man now. A man have a certain vision, and you can have a large vision and be monogamous. Don't get that twisted. You can have a large vision and be single, like a Umar Johnson. It looks a lot better when you at least got one wife, though. But because it gives us it shows everybody that you're in charge of something. You're doing something. You've obtained something. You're building something. You're in charge of something. You know, things of that nature. You're in a leadership position. We're seeing that, right? Enough. Women don't understand how our mind works with this enough thing, though. They don't get it, right? And everybody is playing a certain position, and depending on what your vision is and the operation that you want to run and how you want your family unit set up, you may need certain key players on the team, right? And you're looking at this as a team thing. Well, if we look at basketball has 5 positions. You can play 3-on-3 as well. But you got 5 positions. You got 2 players in the back court. You got 1 in the middle. You got 2 in the front court, right? Guards, center, forwards. So you may need somebody to do what a forward do and need another one to do what a guard do. And she is enough to be a star point guard. The other one is enough to be a star small forward. But nobody can play all 5 positions. So it doesn't make you inadequate or not enough because another woman was needed. You just got to be adequate in the position that I'm looking for you to play, and that makes you enough in the way I need you to be enough. I'm not needing you to play all the positions, right? I need you to play point guard. I need you to play shooting guard. I need you to be the center. That's how you got to look at it when you're dealing with polygynous lifestyle and situations and choosing partners, wives. What position do they all play? What role do they fit into?
For him, that they wouldn't need anybody else. But that was not the case, and he ended up bringing back BBJ.
Why be the one that's different? Why be the one that say, oh, they doing this, I don't want to do that. Oh, this food nasty, I don't like it. Everybody else saying it's good, you the only one. You know how many times I done seen you do that? You know how many times I done seen everybody say something was fun and you say it ain't fun? Like you just beg to differ. Like you just want to be set aside so bad.
When I said that?
That shit weak.
When I said that?
That shit is weak.
When I said that?
I'm not finna be fucking calculating when you fucking said it. I don't fucking know the date, the time, and the fucking month. I'm talking about what you have done.
Y'all
let's go here.
Is way different than me.
Let's go here. I don't want to do that. Everybody saying it's fun except you. Oh, that's not fun to me. Why do you beg to differ? It don't gotta just be with her or with a woman or with everybody can just be feeling one way and you just will be the person that'll disturb the peace. As if just because you ain't happy.
No, you're not gonna paint the picture like I disturb the peace.
You do.
No, I don't.
You do.
No, I don't.
You do.
No, I don't.
You fucking do.
Okay.
What y'all think?
No, I don't.
Fuck.
In the comments, a lot of people were saying that they felt like he was gaslighting Sugar, you know, trying to make her not believe what she really felt was happening. And just
I haven't seen any gaslighting yet. They've abused that term so much.
not listening to her.
So what now?
Awkward. Again, this whole live was awkward. 2.5 hours on and off. And he seemed to want a resolution within this time.
I know
but
you trying.
It wasn't going to happen.
It's her comfortable ass.
No, that really wasn't fair.
Whoa, okay.
That's what it is. Like
There
I know
are.
that for a fact.
There you are.
We had about.
It's her comfortable ass.
No, that really wasn't fair.
There you are.
You that.
She said she's not comfortable.
That's what it is. Like
No, you comfortable, but she is comfortable. You just been 8-9 months. You've been the only woman. You and him and the baby that y'all been laying up. You are comfortable. I don't know if your comfort is the problem, but you're comfortable for sure. Why wouldn't you be comfortable?
I know that for a fact.
There you are.
We had a whole conversation.
8-9 months.
She been by herself.
So
yeah.
she know, like,
so she comfortable.
Who wouldn't be?
Most definitely. And I ain't saying I wouldn't have been comfortable if it was me.
Exactly.
Anybody would have if you're the only one for 8-9 months. So again, yeah, is she comfortable? But is that the problem though?
But I'm not comfortable. Because how can I be comfortable when...
So basically, if you're not comfortable...
All the deep thinkers out there, y'all know they're talking about two different levels of comfort. It's two different comfortables. It's not the same comfortable now. You got to think deep on this stuff. His phone had froze up, so he came back. This had happened about, 3 to 4 times throughout that night. But each...
I got did the worst after.
I'm not talking about you. I'm speaking about him.
Everything that he done did.
Yes. I'm not talking
about us though.
Right, but I'm just saying, how can I be comfortable if I'm healing from
but
a lot of
we
things?
talking about being comfortable with.
Well, what the fuck you fucking with me for?
What you mean? What I'm fucking
Why
with?
would you?
Because I love you. I want to grow. I want Clever to have what I didn't have and what my other kids don't have. I want better for you. I tell you this all the time.
Okay, well, what the fuck that mean?
What you mean what it mean?
I'm saying, what the fuck that mean? Because at the end of the day, she ain't gonna have what you had unless you choose it.
Exactly.
I ain't like your other baby daddies. So I ain't gonna never let my child be put in a situation if I can help it. So it ain't got to be on you. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. My child ain't gonna be in it.
People
If
were
I
so
can help it.
confused.
So don't put clever in it.
Okay.
They seem to be talking about two different things, by the way. He was on something totally different than what she was on.
I don't want the same for my child neither.
You hear how Sugar was moving that cup around? Ooh, she was pissed. Not to mention sleepy, because it was like 3, 4 in the morning.
You need to know that the shit that you kicking, the shit that you think a motherfucker don't see, and it's to the point where I think you know a motherfucker see it, and you just want a motherfucker to react to it. Then when a motherfucker react to it, you retreat.
Y'all keep forgetting y'all upbringing is totally different from my upbringing.
And you go with this old shit that don't make no sense.
It does, because y'all are hard. I'm very what? What am I?
Demure.
Very demure. So she's now bringing up upbringing, and I won't discount upbringing. Of course, that's the, you know what they call child rearing, shaping, and molding a motherfucker into who they gonna be. It definitely plays a part. But if you've been dealing with this nigga and whatever program he got, you also have been reared into that as well. So you can't scapegoat how you not functioning properly with upbringing. You can't do that.
Demure.
No.
I don't know what word she was looking for here.
See, and it's the adult conversation y'all was supposed to have when we first met at the spot.
I ain't gonna lie, like
But
you
I
be wanting us
understand
to
y'all
talk
can't do shit without me.
Right. We can, but
Y'all
No. And listen, this one right here, Finesse, I feel you. I feel you. There was a time where I was dealing with some shit like that, and I'm like, why the fuck I gotta put it together? Y'all are two grown women. Why do I gotta facilitate everything? Why can't y'all just do it yourselves? Why do I have to? But you know why? You know what I learned from that? You do have to do it, right? A lot of the time, maybe not every time, but you do have to do it because you are the leader. So if you see two of your subordinates, two of the individuals in your family that you're presiding over, and they can't get it together and they refuse to get it together on their own, you have to take the initiative for them. That's called leadership. You have to identify that. And again, like I said a couple years ago, about 2 years ago, I went through a similar situation where I said, damn, here I got both of my women, they on the house with each other. I want them just to figure it out on their own, but I'm going to have to assert myself into the situation. You know, so I feel you. You shouldn't have to do it, but nigga, you have to do it if they're not doing it on their own.
I feel like the initial
me,
conversation is supposed to be with you because I feel like everything, every question, stuff we're talking about right now, didn't get talked. When I talked to her at the Airbnb, I was talking by myself. She did apologize back, but she still didn't say how she felt. I said how I felt and how I didn't have shit on shit, like, and all that. I went into detail, but she didn't. But I should be feeling like you be having to be the mediator sometimes.
I ain't got no choice but to be
Because the situation need mediation sometime, and you the leader, nigga. Come on.
the mediator. But in the same sentence, I need y'all to stick together.
You want some UNITY?
I already got enough going on outside the house.
And I feel you. You need them to stick together for sure. There needs to be glue, gorilla glue. Y'all gonna stop saying gorilla, including him, because y'all not representing being a gorilla right. That's mine. Lawsuit pending with gorilla glue. You need gorilla glue in that situation though. If you need the gorilla glue, what you really need to do is go to gorilla.tv, get a counseling session. Finesse, I'll put y'all together. I'll give y'all the gorilla glue that y'all need. Right? Get you a counseling session, or I'm coming out with the silverback course. I'm telling y'all, the silverback psychology course. Y'all just look for that too. That's what nigga really need. But you right, you do need them to stick together. But you need to get them together and give them the push they need in the right direction to begin to forge that unity with each other, so they can then develop it on their own as well and be stuck and glued together. That's also an initiative that you need to take.
And y'all know that in the streets, I got enough going on already, so I expect for y'all to stick together. I expect to come home and the house be peaceful. I expect to come home and y'all cordial. I expect for y'all to come home and y'all came up with plans and ways and money to make and ways to make the brand bigger.
It might have been good for them to get clarification from him on what he meant by brand. Is brand referring to him as FINESSE2TYMES the artist, or is brand them as a throuple? Because that would have made a huge difference.
I don't expect to come.
It's all of the above.
Home and you sitting in the chair and you sitting in the bed and everything quiet. I don't expect to come home and ask for some food and you fix mine and not hers.
He had accused Sugar in the first half of the live of being funny acting towards BBJ by making him a plate of food but not BBJ. He felt like BBJ should have been treated as he was treated.
I don't expect to come home and you run the bath water and you ain't doing shit and the baby sleep or what. I don't expect it.
Somebody said that they thought the screen froze here, but nah, he was just being extra.
So what he's saying is he expects them to always be functioning with teamwork. But sir, understand, you're the coach of the team. So if you're seeing that the team isn't gelling right, you have to take the initiative to create situations to gender that gel. Simple, right? And you again shot yourself in the foot with the picture you painted of the other one of the 8 and 9 month absence. So you're trying to rush force a situation that it's just not gonna work like that. So you want this teamwork makes a dream work shit going on, and we just not there.
I can do bad by myself. Same way y'all can. But I can do bad by my motherfucking self and not have to deal with another person's energy, they past, what they done been through, feeling the emotions and what they going through and whatever. I don't have to deal with it. I choose to. So that should show you how genuine I am. I choose to deal with it. I don't have to though. That's how motherfuckers supposed to know I love them. Because I don't have to. I can have a different woman in my bed every night if I wanted to. I don't want that.
A lot of this was definitely giving movie audition vibes. For sure.
I don't want that.
Tubi audition vibes to be exact.
I can have a different motherfucker walking through here naked every day. I don't want that. I ain't had no family. So I want a family.
A polygamous family in the U.S. Yeah, that's what
Shut up.
he wants.
The U.S. is built on that.
So I'm putting toward my effort I go above and beyond. I overplay my part. But y'all women and y'all get stuck in y'all emotions. And I understand that too. What I don't understand is when y'all put y'all emotions before the mission. Y'all let...
They're women. They're women. See, because men have emotions the same way women have emotions, but we as men are supposed to know how to compartmentalize our emotions and prioritize the mission over the emotions. That's something that the average woman has an extreme difficulty with in a lot of cases. So you're talking about y'all are women, y'all have emotion, but I don't understand how y'all putting emotion over the mission, but that's what they do. You have emotions too, but you're not putting it before the mission. If you were, you would be what? Feminine. See how that worked? So that was nonsensical, like so many things that he said in his live. Totally nonsensical. But I'm gonna chalk it up to the drugs and the alcohol.
A moment fuck up y'all movement. Y'all at a specific situation. Let me show you something. Even if y'all is going through something, the moment some business become involved, everything's supposed to go out the window.
Maybe that's how men operate, but not sure that that's how women operate.
The moment your man or your kids come involved, everything go out the window. Whatever we going through, look, we'll talk about it. Let's get these kids together, take these kids out or to the pool or to whatever. Take these kids to Jump World or whatever. Look, he hungry. Look, he just had a long day. Look, he been at work. Whatever we going through, let's sit there to the side and go in the kitchen and fix him something to eat. We'll talk about our shit later. Instead of giving me the energy, now I come home thinking I can vent to y'all, and then both of y'all looking stupid. What that make me want to do? Leave. My baby back. We can't talk no more.
Baby just came back in the room again.
Take it upstairs, Kevin.
It's building up his
We'll
brain.
be together in a minute.
And it's like he wanted, that was the loudest sneeze ever.
You riding with her, but what you just said out your mouth? Hold on, don't say nothing. What you just say out your mouth? You just say y'all upbringing is different. Y'all a little more hard than I. That's why I be hard on her. Because I know she understand. But you got to understand, though, it's only so motherfucking much a motherfucker can deal with, though, man. You can't throw everything on a motherfucker and expect them to deal with it, man. You can't just give a motherfucker head because she a woman like you. She might be able to let some shit roll off her shoulder, roll off her back, but eventually it's gonna spill over because she a woman. Me, I could take weeks and weeks of it. You can get the fuck out of my face with all that lying man shit. I don't care. I got to go get these bands. I got bills to pay, kids to take care of. I got goals. I got dreams. I don't fuck how you feel about me. As long as I know I'm doing the right thing, I ain't brought you no diseases. So guess what? Man, I'm going to keep on stumping. Fuck how you feel about me. But I eventually stop and talk to you, right or wrong. Right or wrong.
But
I eventually talk and soothe the wounds that you go through. And we had hours conversations by ourselves, me and you. But your problem is getting in that phone. Listening to these motherfuckers who ain't doing nothing for you.
Chance felt a certain way in the comments about those ahas, not letting them fully talk, you know what I'm saying?
Going in your DM, looking at request messages and taking advice and statements from motherfuckers who don't mean nothing to you.
Yeah, that's insane.
social media tends to be an issue in a lot of relationships.
Yeah, well, they say that social media is actually the cause of, I think, the majority of divorces now. So you can't, that's emotions and that's insecurity when you get too caught up on social media. Emotions and insecurity.
But he's going to go
Yours too.
further here.
It's your problem too. Comments. People who don't mean nothing. They ain't paying damn bill. They ain't watching the kids. They ain't doing nothing but in y'all motherfucking business. And y'all let them. Don't nobody know my business but little you. I might tell my mama a little something every now and then. But don't nobody know my business but little you. Don't nobody opinion matter to me but y'all's and his. I don't give a fuck about what no internet say, man. Don't nobody opinion matter but y'all's and his, man. The people I love. Ain't no way a motherfucker that I don't love opinion could make me change. Ain't no way a motherfucker I don't know opinion that I don't value, I don't give a fuck about. You know what that make me feel like? That make me feel like
this is good right here. I like what he's doing right. This is good. This is good. I think it's working for him. I think it's scoring a lot of points with both of them.
Because you don't know this person. You haven't even clicked on their page to see how they fucking look. So for you valuing their opinion, it make me feel like you feel like that anyway.
Oh. Because you're really not valuing their opinion. You're just seeing that they agree with how you feel anyway, and you're utilizing that as your justification. That's an interesting observation, brother. I like that.
Because what the fuck is you gonna go to your DM for and value a motherfucker opinion that don't mean nothing to our relationship, ain't paid a bill, ain't contributing to nothing. We don't share the same goals. We don't share the same thoughts. We don't share the same vision. But I'm going to sit here and read this person's message and let it move me. But then the motherfucker that I'm laid up with every night, when they say something, I'm looking at them sideways. Think about that. How fucking dumb could that be? So that leads me to believe it ain't them. It ain't the person in your DM. It ain't the comment. It's that you really feel like that anyway. And they just clarifying how you feel. They giving you gratification on how you feel. So now that somebody else feel like you feel like you right. Just because a comment said it, just because a request message said it, now what you feel is right. That's wrong. Because guess what? If I felt like what people could say and message requests about who I love and all that, y'all wouldn't be here. I get all that, but I don't treat y'all like that. I don't move with y'all like that because their opinion don't matter to me. What I care about is what y'all show me. I don't care about what nobody else. And I'm saying all that to say, and I've been telling you for a while, you care too much about public's opinion. I don't give a fuck about no hood discovery. I don't give a fuck about no shade room. I don't give a fuck about no Houston T page. I don't give a fuck say cheese can suck my dick. My mixtape can suck my dick. 1090 Jake can suck my dick. Everybody who has an opinion about me, my relationship, or can suck my dick. Because they don't know me. And guess what? The people that know me, they wouldn't dare say this shit in my face. So is y'all gonna get caught up in social media or y'all gonna stay in reality? This reality right here. I bet you can't call Say Cheese and he pay damn bill. He don't want nothing but some content for his family so he can make some money to feed his people. You gonna feed into it? Them niggas bitches. Them niggas will see me and run. Shake my hand. Leave. Leave. It's just content for them people. So we can't get caught up in what these folks talking about. Especially you. But that's why I told you. I said, man, she need to come back home. Then did I not say that? I said, because you need a companionship. You need somebody who gonna help you stay out your phone and stop giving a fuck about the public's opinion. Cause you know not to bring no hood discovery shit to me. She know. She ain't never came to me and told me nothing about what no T-Page said. Cause she know I don't give a fuck about what no T-Page talking about. I don't give a fuck about what no public. I don't follow none of them.
She just told us what hood discovery said.
Yeah, one side, who me? I told y'all what hood discovery.
She said us.
That one's the T-Page and all them folk. And them folks ain't paid now be about now bought, about now motherfucking snack in their closet. We worry about what they talking about us. They gonna do that. That's their job. That's how they make their money. 5, 6, 7, 8 times. And you gonna let their opinion
Act like he does, you know.
feeling like it's for me, or is you gonna really forgive her in your heart? Because you loved her once upon a time. And I told you that. I told you she loved you. But what you gotta understand is the reason why you fell out of love with her, you got something to do with it. You can't expect, if you push a motherfucker or tap a motherfucker's shoulder, you can't expect them to not bust your ass up. Come in the camera. I need to see y'all. Come in the camera. Come on. You come in the camera. Both of y'all come in the camera. Don't waste my shit. Come in the camera. Come in the camera. I don't snatch my shit. Come on. Come over here. Come over here. Y'all ain't in the camera, bro.
Sugar is clearly mad and he's not liking how she looking. He looking at her crazy. BBJ, you could tell she's reading the comments on the screen.
I got faith in both of y'all, bro. You gonna make me dump you on your
No.
Hey, don't do that.
Yeah, so this, I guess, has got to be the affection showing. In this moment, again, we can clearly see that Suge is over there very, very bothered. BBJ is not so much. And, he's kind of engaging with her in, a pleasant and a happy way. Meanwhile, we have right there in the camera somebody who is far from happy. Right. So I think the whole purpose of this here meeting that he called this family meeting was to get them back on the same page. And we're about 10 minutes to finish, and they're nowhere near on the same page. She is clearly upset.
They keep saying that. They say you need to send us on the trip together by ourselves.
Y'all ain't gonna do nothing but be quiet.
Now, he knows his women better than me, but I'm not going to sit here and act like that. That doesn't sound like a bad idea to send them on a trip together by themselves. Sometimes in order to reconcile situations with two people who are having problems, you have to put them kind of by themselves together, though, and, allow them to kind of be forced to address their issues with each other and move past it, because they have to coexist on an international trip, or in different exercises. I've told people, hey man, I need y'all to hike a mountain. I need y'all to climb a mountain together. Stuff like that. I've done that in order to rebuild camaraderie in a situation. I haven't done it to my wives, but I have done that as a leader of organization. So, sometimes things like that are definitely necessary, but he knows his women better than me. So if he's saying they just going to be quiet, he might be right.
And leave me with the baby.
He's really wanting some type of response out of Sugar, but she's not budging. Her silence is so powerful right now. Meanwhile, they're steady reading comments.
Because that's just what she do.
Yeah, it's kind of giving that you just want, Love and Hip Hop to offer you a deal or something, because this is a perfect scene for Love and Hip Hop. But I don't know if you're really trying to be effective, if that's what your goal was of this, debacle that was this live stream.
Who?
You.
What I do? Oh God, I ain't doing. I'm talking, playing with you.
I don't play. Nigga. You ball in your court. You.
I don't think he's ready to hear what she really has on her mind right now.
So all the old, I did
Nigga, drunk and high as hell.
this because of all the old subliminal shit, all the live shit, all the comments and all that old shit, that shit could be nipped in the bud. That's why I did this right here. All the shit that they want to know, all the shit that y'all give a fuck, that they give a fuck about. Especially you. You really give a fuck about what a motherfucker think. And how the fuck you gonna be a reflection of me give a fuck about what a motherfucker think? I wear what I want to wear. If a motherfucker say I ain't fresh, suck my dick. If a motherfucker say my shoe ugly, suck my dick, fuck you and your mammy. I spent my money. Fuck you gonna tell me I ain't fresh?
I ain't fresh.
Please, man. Please stop letting the internet do y'all like that. The internet gonna be the end, gonna fuck y'all reality up. I don't care nothing about no internet.
That's real.
Cause let a nigga bump into me and try me on some internet shit. Because of what they done heard. Or because of what they done read. You know how many motherfuckers downfall been with the internet? You know how many motherfuckers done died because of the internet? You know how many motherfuckers done died because they got hurt because of the internet?
Way too many.
Fuck them folk, man. I'm telling y'all this shit in front of millions, man. Fuck them folk, man. And come on, I need a hug.
See, he said some good stuff. But we can take a look at that young lady, Sugar, and we can see that she is far from happy, right? So now he's talking about, man, come on, man, I need a hug. He thinks he's at the end. He thinks he has a victory here. You have far from a victory. BBJ is not bothered all that much. She's good, but you have this other one here. She's got a real problem. You're not home yet, brother. So you acting with this smile for this victory hug on this camera right now, it ain't fitting because she don't want to give nobody a hug.
Can I get a hug? Can we all just get along?
Oh, it really does seem like he uses some movie lines in a lot of his stuff, though. I know that was from Rodney King, but this whole thing, a lot of people are saying it seemed like a movie audition, and it kind of does feel that way sometimes, like a satire type of thing.
It's time to tighten up, man.
Not sure what made BBJ look back at this moment, what she's looking at on the screen, but
Look how he's being the BBJ. You see that? We all can see it.
You too.
polygamy
You can't give up.
Polygamy is something that it's definitely not custom in the US. So just seeing it is kind of awkward.
Ain't nothing awkward about it.
Seeing he's asking for kisses from both of them.
But you're gonna give her a kiss first and then her, but you knowing the insecurity. You see what I'm saying? Come on, bro.
He wants them to kiss. But they're not.
I want y'all to talk before y'all kiss.
It's not gonna happen.
What can y'all do better with each other? What you think you could do better? Come on. What you think y'all could do better?
All this stuff on
Because I'm hugging my women. My dick can be hard. I ain't gay.
I ain't but this could
What you talking about?
listen.
I'm a tough the motherfucker. How about that? Now what? Man. Damn vibrator in your goddamn pocket, Sugar.
What?
God damn, Sugar.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Awkward. Ooh. It's crazy.
Motherfucker ready to blast. Y'all can talk when y'all get out camera, but I need a hug out of y'all.
What you mean?
Y'all need to embrace it. What I tell you?
Who, me? You ain't talking to me.
I'm fucking talking to you.
Oh, God, you ain't. Move, nah, for real.
What I talking
That
about?
ain't me.
That ain't you what? I ain't even saying that. What would I talk to you about though?
All right. I'm digging it.
Her feelings hurt.
Shit, none of this.
Your feelings hurt. You'll be all right. I'm finna turn this fucking phone off. I'm just finna go get my child. I'm finna go to bed. Cause y'all fuck my night up. I want the fuck.
Ooh. This whole night was really
I
weird.
can't even jack off now.
Because mind you, it's 3, 4 in the morning. So I'm sure they were really, really tired at this point after 2.5 hours of standing in the kitchen talking about this and ending up getting nowhere at the end. The ladies did not embrace as he asked.
Shit
And
out of my control.
yeah, it is out of your control at this point because, it's up to them to speak.
So it ends up, it's just out of your control. You did all that in order to not solve and fix anything, in order to make an ass out of you in your house. It just wasn't P. It's definitely giving clown. It was not giving P. It was not pushing anything near P on that live stream, bro. And you got to really get that shit together. But that was these examples, just not to be. This is my first installment of Uncut Gems. I'm gonna start doing a certain type of content that's gonna be dealing with leadership and jewels that we need for leadership. And I'll be developing the Silverback psychology course as well. That's coming soon. Because you got to understand the gorilla. And everybody again always look at a gorilla like a gorilla just beat on their chest, but a gorilla is a protector, a provider, and director. Also, a silverback gorilla is a nurturer. Of course, predominantly the role of nurturing is that of a woman, but there's a nurturing aspect of a gorilla. So don't just look at one attribute of the gorilla. Embody that, especially that of a silverback, the chief of all gorillas. So I'm gonna be, coming with a course dealing with that. For those of y'all looking for leadership, of course, a silverback gorilla is naturally polygynous, naturally has multiple women, things of that nature. So we'll be doing a course on all that. So look out for that. But we also gonna be dropping this type of content. Uncut Gems, really dropping jewels through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, just on just very practical information, not this red pill bullshit, real, self-improvement and development for men, for our brothers out there, period. That's what that's going to be about. So make sure y'all stay tuned. I'm going to wrap on that. But in closing, man, hey, that was not P. All praise to the Most High. We signing out. Shalom.